This deck defies the Geneva Conventions, and by the end of this video, so will you. Ventus Bakugan are known for their speed and agility, running around the battlefield until they get their opponent right where they want them. With this deck, we will be doing none of that. This video will be using only Ventus Bakugan, no support pieces, and only material from the first two seasons, Battle Brawlers and New Vestroya. And boy, does it make use of that material.
Hold up! Hold up!
Let me start off by saying that you should not use this deck if you enjoy having friends, loved ones, or even a house pet. This deck is illegal. Based off of a powerful strategy used back in the old tournament days with some goofiness mixed in, it's the perfect concoction of annoying. With that out of the way, let's see what this deck actually does, and how you too can make people seethe. To start with, our Bakugan will be Ventus Ingram, Ventus B-Striker, and Ventus Fear Ripper. Their G-powers are displayed on screen. As per usual, feel free to use whatever Bakugan you like at home. I just get the War Criminal vibe off these three. Our most important gate card, and the one we are ideally looping infinitely, is the Copper Gate card, Lock and Load. This card alone is already ridiculous, with the effect to restock all ability cards for the players who battle on this card. It's got a nice Ventus bonus as well, and it combos with our ability cards perfectly, as we'll show later. Our Gold Gate card is Flash Hurricane. It's a good backup plan if our main maneuver with Lock and Load goes wrong, and is honestly just a really fun card. It may not be quite on the same level of absurdity as Lock and Load, but it is quite strong for Ventus, and very funny in battles with multiple players. When flipped over, this card sends all other Bakugan on the field to the unused pile, restoring a number of ability cards to each player based on the number of Bakugan sent back to their unused pile. With a little bit of setup, this card can give you back one or two ability cards. It can also make your opponent mauled if you flip it over right after they spend a million turns, trying to roll their Bakugan onto another card. As for Silver Gate cards, honestly, who cares about Silver Gate cards in this deck? You could bring 2 gate cards to the brawl, and your opponent would never know, because you'll just keep using Lock and Load anyway. In all seriousness though, you'll want to pick a gate card with a high Ventus bonus and a low bonus for whatever your opponent is using. I recommend Tornado Alley or Ocean Spray as solid generic picks. Now, back to the crimes against humanity. Our blue ability card is Bronze Boost. This card gives Ventus Bakugan 100 additional G-power during battle, but this bonus is doubled to 200 additional G-power when battling on a bronze, read copper, gate card. The obvious synergy with Lock and Load aside, you could also use this on an opponent's copper gate card if they think they have the upper hand, but you want to be careful that you don't lose your infinite loop. I mean, come on, why would we play fair? Ideally, you'll play this card on Lock and Load, win the battle, and then have this card back in your unused pile to use again, thanks to Lock and Load's effect. Of course, you've all been waiting for this moment. I promised you perfect aim, and I give you perfect aim.
Yeah, baby!
This card is a giant middle finger to anyone who has played Bakugan, and allows the user to place their Ventus Bakugan on a card of their choice instead of rolling. You already know we're putting it on Lock and Load. Of course, this card gets even stronger if you decide to try this deck out in a 3 or 4 player match, as you'll usually have to get around more cards to land on your own when you're rolling. That's better than it sounds, because Battle Royales are the main area this deck struggles to play in, as the other players can just avoid you for as long as possible. Of course, we could just perfect aim to try and battle on one of their gate cards and win it, but again, why would we play fair? Our final ability card is the one that makes this whole loop possible. If you're familiar with strong Bakugan strategies or the main attribute ability cards, you probably saw this one coming. Our final war crime to rule them all is Ventus, an ability card that is played at the start of a battle where you have a Ventus Bakugan, which in our case is every single battle.
Every single one of them.
And it allows you to swap the gate card you're battling on with one from your used pile. It's time to Lock and Load. With everything said and done, let's demonstrate the combo this deck is trying to loop. At the start of the game, you'll begin by placing Lock and Load down in the arena. When it is your turn to roll, activate Perfect Aim to place one of your Bakugan on Lock and Load. If you're going first, it might be a good idea to start with your strongest Bakugan. When the battle begins, open the gate card to reveal Lock and Load. If your opponent has not already crumbled to dust, you'll use your Bronze Boost ability card to gain 200 G power, which is most likely going to put you way ahead of whatever your opponent's got. With your victory in tow, you'll smile with glee and regain Perfect Aim and Bronze Boost to use again. To really rub it in, we recommend trash-talking your opponent.
How would you like to suck my butt?
Wait until it is your turn again. When that time comes, you'll use Perfect Aim to place your Bakugan on a card of your choice. Then, when the next battle begins, immediately activate Ventus to swap whatever gate card you're battling on with Lock and Load. Then, play Bronze Boost again if needed, and win once more. You'll have all 3 of your ability cards back in stock thanks to Lock and Load, and 2 gate cards in your used pile. So run that same play back one more time and win the brawl. Yeah, so basically you're going to rip your opponent a new one. If they don't know what's coming, there's pretty much nothing they can do to stop you. So you might as well put on your best anime villain voice and start shouting about how power is the only thing that matters. Or whatever you anime villains do now.
Might controls everything.
This is obviously a really goofy strategy, and one that will make your opponents reconsider their faith in humanity. But really, that sounds like their problem, not yours. So, enjoy this madness to your heart's content. Just be careful your opponent isn't playing Pyrus Highlight Spam or a card like Rikimaru Surprise. Otherwise, you might be the one begging for mommy. Anyway, that's all for now. See ya.